Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends Astonishing X-Men Marvel's Beast, aka Astonishing Beast, aka Beast in that outfit that kind of doesn't make any sense. And in some ways, this is an excellent release. I thought he was going to be the champion of the wave. And in other ways, he's a pretty bad figure. He's a stinker. But so, there's good and bad. We're going to talk about all of it. You'll have to decide if you like it, if you want to get it. I'm going to give you all the information you need to be able to do that. And I'll tell you what I think as we go. So let's go ahead and get it all off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, before we look at the figure, I do have to show you my package. Same packaging as before. It's the retro card with the comic book. It looks fine if you're going to display on the card. If not, makes no difference to you. And there's the back. I will have reviewed all of them except for this one at this point. I'm not sure that there's any need for me to review that. We already got this figure, didn't we? Isn't it basically the exact same thing? Let me know if you want me to review it, but I don't plan to. Unless you guys want me to, in which case I'll do whatever you say. Okay, so he stands just about 17.5 centimeters, including his hair. Let's say 17 and 0.2 or 0.3, just for the head for scale purposes. And then we're going to say 6 3/4 and 6 7/8, give or take. Here he is up against Darwin, has a little bit of size to him, definitely has some bulk, and I think they nailed the silhouette pretty well. It seems like he has a short neck, but he is often drawn with a short neck in this version, and he's usually quite broad across the chest and shoulders, and he is sufficiently broad, other than his chest is narrow. That's to let his arms pose, so I think that's fine. And he does look good. The blue is super saturated. I don't like that the body and arms are fairly shiny for the blue, and then the face is not. But let's just talk about the face. I want to get this out of the way first. It looks so good. The sculpt is really nice. The shading on there is really nice. The teeth and gums are painted really well. On the outside, if you look inside, you can see they're still blue, but it's a really, really good head sculpt. I think it does a lot to sell this figure, frankly. I like it. I like the sculpt of the figure a whole bunch. In fact, that is one of the best things about it, is it's sculpted really nicely. Let's do a question of the day, though. How does this outfit work? That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen, I think, in terms of outfits. It's not, obviously, because there's all kinds of crazy comic designs, but it is a very strange thing. Do you guys like this look for Beast? Do you like Cat Beast, but think this is a weird costume? What do you think? It's like a swim outfit almost. It's very strange. Anyway, he looks good. The sculpt is nice. All the wrinkling and stuff in the costume parts, those look good. The fur overlapping here, like it's actually a separate piece, so that helps with the paint, of course. That looks nice. It'd be nice to repaint this guy in a nice flat finish or a matte finish or even a satin finish. I guess it's kind of satin already. Give the fur some depth and get rid of that shine, but it does look really, really nice. And surprisingly, the costume is painted well. There's definitely some yellow paint going on, and it looks fine. It's filming better because it's painted. I'm happy about that. Yellow plastic sucks to film. But yeah, it looks pretty damn good. I think it looks really good, in fact. I don't have a lot of issues other than the blue being shiny and not painted more, but it looks really, really good. So aesthetically, 9 out of 10. It looks great. Now, as far as the accessories go, we do have the two faces. Of course, we have the angry head and then the closed one, and I think they're supposed to be the same sculpt, and it's just the mouth is really opened up on the open mouth one, but this one looks predominantly more like a lot of the panels with the closed mouth. It looks way more cat-ish. I don't know if that makes any sense. Hopefully you guys see what I'm seeing, but both of them are very, very nicely done. Love that they did the shading around the eyes to make the yellow pop, and the I guess you would call it a muzzle or a snout area is done really well. Then we have the hands. We have the two open hands that come out in the package. One of those is for holding the book. Then we have another open hand. That's nice. And then we have one fist hand. I still think they're kind of screwing us over with the hand assortments. Every comic character ever, I think, needs two fist hands. That should just be a rule. Always two fist hands. Always. Then we do get the comic book, which is in black this time, and it looks fine, but it is, again, oversized and just a crappy accessory. So, accessory-wise, I guess for this version of him, I could go 7 out of 10. It's fine. Alternate head, alternate hands, that'll do. Okay, let's talk about the articulation, because, unfortunately, this is where Hasbro dropped the ball. The previous Beast, the animated series style Beast, the Jim Lee version, whatever you want to call it, posed surprisingly well, like really, really well for being a big, chunky furball. And this guy is kind of the exact opposite of that, unfortunately. The head we're still doing this. Why, Hasbro? Knock it off. Stop it. This is the Michael Jordan meme all over again. It's functional enough for this. He can look up, of course, and he can look down-ish, kind of, but it does give him an even squattier neck. There's a whole lot of space in there for not a whole lot. Like, it wiggles around, but it's in an unnatural way because that's not how you should do necks. So it's just not good. The neck is not the way it should be. That's unfortunate. For the butterfly joint, the arms don't go forward. I mean, they only go forward. They don't go across the chest at all. It does lean back, which is useful for Beast, so that's fine. I have no complaints with that. They don't want to chop up the chest. I'll give it to them. It does go back nicely, so you can do a nice Beast pose. That's fine. I'm not worried about the butterfly. The shoulders, full rotation. There you go. They don't go up to horizontal, unfortunately, so limitations on a particularly nimble character, not great. And then somebody warned me about this, and I didn't have an issue so much on this side, but I'm guessing I can cause it to happen. Yeah, the arms come off ridiculously easily. I didn't do it on accident on this side. This side, it just almost fell right off as I was handling it. But yeah, the arms come off ridiculously easily. I don't know if Hasbro's doing that just to make it easier for their figures to not break. They just fall apart instead. Or if it's because it's easier to assemble, I don't know, but it's freaking irritating to lift an arm up and then it's in your hand rather than on the figure. So that does suck. And then for the elbows, pretty good range. They are hideous though. Woof, what the heck? That's a McFarlane level elbow. That is just nuts. I can tell you how to solve that problem. I'll even do free consulting right now. Use bigger joints. Use bigger joints. You don't have to make giant cuts. That's it. Make the disc part of the hinge bigger. Solved your problem. Don't do that. That's bad. That's hideous. Alright, and then for the wrist, you get a swivel and a hinge. Okay, now here's the reason they do smaller joints. It's because they had to do 2 pieces here so they didn't have to do a good paint job. They made this a separate piece that goes on, so you only have so much plastic here, so you can only have so much of a joint. This disc right here has to be significantly smaller because of that design choice. And so you have really, really ugly elbows, when they could have just done a better job overall, designed it from scratch to not be cheap and lazy. That's how I would do that. Alright, now for the torso, let's see if the diaphragm works. It doesn't go forward very far at all, like almost none. Leaning back is not bad. That's fine. I like that. Side to side, it's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. Then of course you do get your rotation. Now we have the ab crunch. He still can't lean forward for crap, even with both of those joints. What are you doing, Hasbro? Beast can't lean forward? Why? He does lean back, of course, but the ab crunch part doesn't really account for much of it. And the suit design is just all messed up down there. Like, what is going on? I don't even care about that, because I think you're supposed to have it like this. But either way, he can still not lean back much farther than this. This joint is almost worthless. Because he has no waist twist, he's significantly more worthless. He can pose very little in the torso because of this worthless garbage joint. If you're gonna have this, fine, but you need a waist swivel. At least a swivel. A ball peg would be better. It could have easily been hidden inside this X. Instead, we have an ab crunch that sucks and actually gets in the way of good articulation. So that's unfortunate. The legs, they don't go back all the way, which is technically fine, but for limitations of posing, it's kind of not good. And then bring the legs forward, they don't go forward very far either. His hips are very limited. Going out to the side, they're alright. They're not well placed, but they do go out far enough, I guess. But they don't look good. They're very gappy legs, and they don't have good range. Thigh swivel is obviously fine. Double jointed knee, that's fine. No problems there. No boot swivel because we have the knee joint dipping down into here, so they couldn't have a swivel there. And then for the ankles, they do go all the way back. That's nice. They go all the way forward. That is nice. And the ankle rocker, also pretty nice. It's a little crooked, but not too bad. I'll take it. And then the toe hinge. It is sculpted wonderfully. This is how you do a toe hinge. I'm going to have to do like a short video on this or something. That's how you do a toe hinge. I've been talking about it for years. The hinge is the thickness of the foot. So when you do this, it's just a nice flush. There's no ridges, there's no stepping, there's nothing. It's exactly the way it needs to be. And the weight is supported. So even if the toe hinge is too loose, he's not going to shelf dive. This is where the toe hinge needs to be. They did a good job with that. It works. It's not super rigid, but it should be just fine because of the placement and the sculpt being good. So, his articulation, it's not terrible in general Marvel Legends standards, but for Beast, he's not getting into any crazy poses. He's way too limited. And being that all of this is new, like maybe it's not technically, like maybe the shoulders are old or something like that, but all of this is new, at least. It should be basically flawless. I mean, it's not going to be perfect because it's a budgeted figure, but it should be good. At least they had to sculpt it from scratch. This sucks. This, the hips, this, and this. This all needs to work way better. And these are too ugly. So yeah, his articulation's going to get, I'll just give it a 7. You can pose him, but not in the way you would want to, especially for a brand new sculpt. That's unfortunate. Now it's time for the final verdict. I still think it looks great. If you're buying this figure and hero posing it, you're fine. Yeah, maybe he's a little shiny and could have more paint on him, but he still looks fantastic. For a Marvel Legends figure, he's a standout, for sure. Doesn't pose as well as he should. Accessories are somewhat limited, but it looks great. So if you're going to go looks heavy rating, I would go 9. But I'm going to knock it down to an 8 for my objective, as neutral as I can be rating. Because it does look great, but it doesn't pose anywhere near as well as it should. So that's it for me. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, but otherwise, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, you might want to. I have new videos just about every single day, and I do have thousands of videos already on the channel, so make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.